please feel free to like, comment, and subscribe.
We hope you enjoy the video. Welcome to another edition of Orc Rogues, where we bring to you everything nerdy, geeky, and just plain fun. My name's Derek.
And my name is Thomas.
And today we have for you a concept review. What does that mean?
Well, basically what that means is we really want to review a product that we've heard a lot about and we're really excited about, except for it's not actually out yet. No one has gotten their hands on it other than the development team. We have
and maybe not all of them.
Yeah, and maybe not all of them. We have, however, reached out to the company and received no response. From what it sounds like, they're kind of keeping their lips sealed other than the press releases that have come out so far. But of course, the product we're reviewing today, or at least the concept of the product we're reviewing today, is on the Essential phone by Essential.
And we will find out if it is indeed essential. We're sorry, that was pretty bad.
Yeah, that was.
It is put out by the developer, owner of, founder.
Father of Android.
Father of Android.
Father of Android. Andy Rubin.
Yep. And
it is a phone. It is going to be one of the...
In depth we go.
So yeah, Andy Rubin, Father of Android, putting out phone. We'll see you next time. Till then, this has been Orc Rogues.
Yeah, no, not really.
No, don't go away.
Don't go. Yeah.
We have more to say. There's a reason we want to talk about this phone. This is awesome. And I'll tell you why it's awesome. Because there have been other phones like this. The Pixel,
yep.
The OnePlus, basically anything that's not Samsung or LG and is actually decent in the Android world.
Yep.
And then, of course, there's iPhone. We don't talk about them.
No.
Nothing against iPhone. We're talking about Android today. Basically, Andy Rubin has started this project to create a phone that is truly superior to anything else that's on the market. And from what we're seeing, from the specs that he's given us anyways,
yep.
It looks like it's going to be it.
It's a beast of a phone. I mean, like, capability-wise, I mean, it is an absolute beast.
And we're both really excited about it because they're doing something that none of these other phones have done before. They are releasing exclusively to Sprint stores. You know, now that I think about it, that kind of makes us sound a little sad.
Yeah, it really kind of does.
Sprint has an exclusivity deal to carry their phones in store. Now, don't worry if you're not on Sprint. The phones are capable of running on any of the main carriers in the US, and I believe is going to also be released in the UK and other places. So it'll be able to run on anything. It is a completely unlocked phone when bought from Essential, but as far as getting it in the store, Sprint's going to be the only way.
Yeah, also a departure actually from like Pixel and all those other things. Mm-hmm. You can use it on any carrier, yep. Which is a huge deal. Because I actually liked the Pixel, and I'm with Sprint, so no Pixel. Made me a little bit sad. But the phone itself looks absolutely brilliant. I mean, the specs on it are insane.
Before we get to the specs, it is worth mentioning with the fact that it's going to be in Sprint stores. Andy Rubin and his team have made a creative decision that the phone also will not have any logos on it. So there will not be an Essential logo on it. There will not be a Sprint logo on it if you get it from the Sprint store. There will be no logos because they believe that your phone is an expression of who you are. okay, that's a bit of a stretch, but it's still kind of cool. They're saying you own the phone, you're not advertising for us.
Yeah, it's cool.
And I think that's cool.
They kind of snuck it in just a little bit.
Yeah.
Just a little. They say that, but they kind of snuck it in a little bit.
Yeah, if you look at the
it's clever. Very
Essentials
clever.
logo, and then the back of the phone, you see that there are some similarities there. It kind of feels like a little bit of maybe subliminal messaging.
Yep. Yeah, I would say so.
But still, it's not their logo. So
if it's not on purpose, it's just plain lucky.
Yeah, it really
if it
is.
wasn't, but I have a difficult time believing that was just by pure happenstance.
But yeah, you were talking about the specs.
Oh my gosh, tons and tons of stuff.
Tons and tons of stuff. Big stuff.
Magnetic charge deck, titanium construction. Is that normal? I haven't seen like many phones with that. I don't. Think.
It's not common.
Yeah, I was going to say not real common. I mean, like we said, no logos is kind of on the spec thing. Gorilla Glass 5, which is used in the Galaxy S8, which I have, and I mean I love the Galaxy S8. I've actually had good luck with mine. That said, tortilla in a pocket is also a thing.
Tortilla in a pocket. It's a thing.
But the Gorilla Glass 5, crazy tough. It was louder than I expected, Yeah, I mean, wow, I completely lost my train of thought. Thanks, man. The Gorilla Glass 5, crazy tough stuff. I mean, it's impressive.
It is, actually.
Fingerprint scanner, barometer.
Yes, the phone has a barometer on it, which I honestly do not know if that is a common thing on phones now, because it just kind of caught me off guard when I was looking over the specs for this one, and yeah, it has a barometer. That's the thing.
Yeah, I laughed at it, and it occurs to me now, because I don't know everything about my Galaxy S8, that it's not impossible that there's one on there.
I have an older phone running an LG
know.
G4, and I have no idea. It might have one on it.
Yep.
Used to say.
So in case you need a barometer, the Essential phone has one. The rear camera, man, is impressive.
It is a nice camera.
Yeah,
Really
13 megapixels, dual RGB. I'm missing stuff. Video.
It's essentially a dual camera system with capability of shooting in 13 megapixel. And they're saying, from what I understand, the claim on the dual camera system, which a lot of phones are going to, but they're getting a bit of a rep for it because it's supposed to help with focusing, where you can have better control over it, which sounds right. That sounds like that should be a thing. I just hope they don't go with the whole 3D gimmick like the old Evo did, which incidentally was also a Sprint phone.
I didn't come across that at all.
Oh yeah,
was that
the
a thing?
Evo 3D, that was a thing.
Okay.
Several years ago.
Well, it's worth a shot, I guess, right?
Yeah. I just hope they don't go with that whole gimmick again, and I don't think they're going to. I think they're going for higher quality standard pictures. But yeah, the
also crazy video, right?
Oh, crazy video! Yeah. It can shoot in 4K at 30 frames per second, 1080p at 60 frames per second, and 720p at 120 frames per second. Pretty
Good
freaking
memory.
Crazy. Yeah, it's basic numbers.
Yep. And then the front camera, 8 megapixels, which is pretty standard. And
for a front camera, but it has the same video capability.
Yeah, I was going to say, and then the video capability is the same, which I don't quite get. I clearly don't understand video, like what it takes to make a good video. But that's impressive, having it in both spots.
Mm-hmm.
Geez, man, I want one.
I
just
do
want
too.
one. I love my Galaxy S8. I really do. I think Samsung did a solid job. I've seen some people having some issues with it. Thankfully, I've had absolutely none. I mean, it's been a great phone for me so far. That said, if I had the opportunity to grab one of these, I very well might.
Oh, they seem absolutely beautiful. Now, before we get into what it's going to take for you to grab one of these, let's talk about what's on the inside of it, because as your mother used to tell you, it's what's on the inside that counts. On the inside of this thing, it is going to be running 4 gigabytes of RAM, which is pretty good for a smartphone.
Yep.
It's just on the upper end, but it's also going to be running an octa-core processor, a Cryo 280 octa-core processor that's running a quad-core processor at 2.45 gigahertz, and another quad-core processor at 1.9 gigahertz. And of course, this is going to be running in 64-bit. The GPU on this thing is running at 710 megahertz. Of course, also 64-bit. Yeah. I feel like that should go without saying. Yeah. And it is going to have USB Type-C charging, so it can get that fast charge and have all the versatility of USB Type-C, which is just supposed to be phenomenal.
It's better, actually. Yeah, the Galaxy S8 has that, so that I'm familiar with, and it's funny because I mean it's much quicker. I mean the charging is definitely much quicker. Also, though, kind of on a minor bonus, it doesn't matter which way you flip the cord.
You know, that is a thing.
Which is
that
really
people should notice more often.
Yeah. I mean, I'll be honest, to me, initially I didn't even notice the charge time. My very first thought was, it doesn't matter. You know, I was, because I've broken, you know, like charge ports before by not paying attention, or it's dark.
Well, yeah. I want to go in. Dang it. Oh, crap. I caved in the charge port.
Yep. I hate to say it, but I've done it. And sadly, more than once.
Thankfully, it's kind of harder to do on the phone because they're usually soldered right onto the motherboard.
Yeah.
So, but anyways, it sounds like an awesome phone, but there is
storage. We didn't say storage. I don't think, did we?
Yes, and this is a big one.
Yeah.
Go ahead, take it away.
Straight out, 128 gigabytes of storage.
Base model
from the base model factory kind of thing. From what we can tell, no expanded storage that we know of.
Not that I've been able to find. I could be wrong on that. Don't quote us on it. But yeah, it doesn't seem.
But it's 128 gigs. So I mean,
how many apps do you really need?
You should be good. You should be fine. I can't think of anything else. What was it?
Screen size. Now, this phone has a very interesting screen. Most aspect ratios are fairly close.
Yeah.
This phone is running at an aspect ratio of 19 by 10, I'm wanting to say.
That's what you told me earlier.
Okay, yeah, the 19 by 10.
I didn't look at that part of
which
the thing.
Which is a very, very long screen. It is going to be 5.71 inches diagonally. And so, I mean, that's a pretty freaking big screen on a relatively small phone. The screen goes all the way out to the very edge of the frame of the phone, even to the point where there has to be a cutout for the front-facing camera into the screen, which admittedly looks a little funny.
I'm going to guess that little... I could be completely wrong on this, but I'm going to guess that little line where the camera is, the screen goes up to there, and you might see it on backgrounds, things like that. I'm going to guess that that's blacked out during like video and stuff like that. Right?
And you're right, it probably is, especially considering the weird aspect ratio of it, most likely. But anyways, guys, it looks like an awesome phone. Now, you may be asking yourself, how am I going to get a hold of one? Well, you can be on the waiting list and put your deposit on one, but I can't tell you when you're actually going to get it because I'm not sure anyone actually knows. Originally, it was announced that it would be released in June. However, that was pushed back and then pushed back again, and now we're looking at an August release date at some point.
And then more controversy.
Yeah, and then it turns out that we found out just a couple of days ago that some of the higher execs in the company have left.
Just ran right out of there. Yeah.
Yep.
So we don't know. We don't know what that means. You know, we're like usually that's not good. You know what I mean?
Yeah, usually that is not a
not
good thing at all. One of the people who left was Brian Wallace, who was the vice president of marketing, which I'm imagining is the reason he didn't respond to my emails.
It's a good bet. I didn't put those together, but that is a awfully good bet. Yeah.
So I don't know. Maybe there's something going on there.
Come to think about it, the other one, whose name that we struggle with, and we will have to. You know what? Just look at it, Andy, whatever that is, head of communication. So
Fauché?
I will go with that.
Fauché?
Yeah, sure. If it's wrong, we're somewhat sorry.
Yeah.
Okay. But head of communication, so like anyone that you could have gotten a hold of ran away.
Yeah, so I was trying to get in touch with marketing so that we could know a little bit more to talk about it, but the guy in charge of getting me in touch with marketing, those are the two guys that left.
Yep, seems
so
like
that's what I'm blaming on for us not having any more information than we do. However, back to how you get the phone. Not sure when you'll get it, but if you want one of these, it's going to be $700 on Essential.com. And eventually it is supposed to be in Sprint stores once it finally does release. Also worth mentioning, they are including on launch a 360 camera that as an accessory that is attachable by magnetic link. And that's also how it transfers data.
Interestingly, I didn't realize that. Actually, that's pretty cool.
So, and they're offering a package for that for I believe $750, which is
fair.
Yeah, that's incredibly fair for a 360 camera. Once again, don't quote me on that. I'm pretty certain it's $750. It may not be.
$1,000.
But if this
check before you buy.
If this is what Essential is planning on doing and it all comes out right, I expect to see some amazing things from this new company in the future. They already have another product announced that's sort of like a home system sort of thing.
I need to look at that now.
And that's it.
Huh, wow.
That and the camera, and that's it. Nothing else. But I expect that we'll get some great things in the future.
Well, at the very least, I mean, the phone should work extremely well with Android.
Well, yeah.
I mean,
I should hope.
So, yeah, we have high hopes. We just hope that it actually gets finished.
And part of our high hopes is we want to see a really great phone that is not Samsung, LG, or Apple available for the Sprint network. Either way, so look into it, Essential.com. If you have any thoughts on it, be sure to leave it in the comments. If you disagree with our excitement about it, leave that in the comments. And we'd love to hear your thoughts, why you think this may just be a terrible thing, why you think this may be the greatest thing ever. Let us know. If you enjoyed the video, hit the like button. And as always, if you haven't subscribed yet, do it and turn on notifications so you can know when we post another video. Also, quick apology for last week. We did not end up getting a video up because of technical difficulties, plumbers and suspenders, and a couple of animated Tamagotchis. We'll be sure to fix that situation next time.
We're working on it. It'll be done soon. Trademark.
But until next time, we are
Orc Rogues.